In March 2013, in the province of Shandong, the skeleton of an incredible creature was found. At first, it was considered to be the remains of an ordinary shark that had its fins bitten off. But an examination revealed that such a skeleton of 3.5 meters long, a huge skull, and the structure of the jaw could only belong to a prehistoric frilled shark. This fish existed 80 million years ago and inhabited the planet along with titanosaurs and pterodactyls. Only the frilled shark managed to survive to the present day and practically hasn't changed at all. Is it possible to meet one in our time? And would it really be possible to survive after such a meeting? Now we're going to find out. Fast forward to 80 million years ago in the Mesozoic era, when the owner of this giant skeleton floated freely on the ocean. Meeting one probably would have meant certain death. After all, the main weapon of the frilled shark is its deadly jaws. 25 rows of teeth. Each row has 3 2-centimeter long teeth. The teeth are shaped like a 5-pointed comb-shaped hook, slightly resembling a crown. They're arranged in an uncharacteristic sequence for sharks, small in the front and enlarged in the depths of the mouth. In total, there are about 300 sharp daggers in its jaw, allowing the frilled shark to confidently catch its victim, starting an unequal battle. By the way, it's not completely necessary for it to make a leap for its prey. In the arsenal of the frilled shark, there are 6 gill slits that help create negative pressure. Simply put, you would be sucked into its mouth, no matter how you floundered about and tried to escape. The jaws of the frilled shark are built in such a way that the teeth grow not like they do in humans, perpendicular to the jaw, but inside the mouth. This is what makes its jaws a living death trap. Imagine that the frilled shark has grabbed you by the arm. There's only one way out, to push your hand further and hope that your movement coincides with the moment the shark opens its mouth. If you want to pull your limb back, all the skin and part of the muscle will remain on the teeth, sharp as a blade pointing inward. It turns out that if it grabbed you by the hand, you would either have to be left without a hand or completely climb inside the creature, and from there you'd decide what to do next. Tommy Lee Jones had such a similar experience in the movie Men in Black. I remember that afterwards, he wanted his memory erased. So even if you managed to escape without turning into slowly disintegrating food, you wouldn't be able to forget any of it. All that would remain would be to write a book called I Was Inside a Frilled Shark and Survived. Therefore, to escape this killing machine, your only hope would be that there was a bigger predator swimming nearby which would stand up for you. There would be no other options. Sorry. Fortunately, there were plenty of large marine predators in the Mesozoic era. Mosasaurs, a whole family of giant sea lizards, which could reach a length of 10 to 18 meters, 1.5 of which was the skull, and inside its mouth was definitely no marshmallow. In the prehistoric ocean, this largest lizard could easily devour anything, even the frilled shark. But then it probably would have eaten you too for dessert. But let's go back to our time and find out what happens if we come face to face with a modern frilled shark. It doesn't wear wireless headphones or a smartphone. Of its gadgets, it still has the same 25 rows of teeth pointing inward in its mouth. But the size of its torso and jaw have been reduced by half. It feeds on squid, so it probably won't be interested in you. The International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources has given this species the status of least concern. This was confirmed by people near Tokyo, who managed to capture a frilled shark on video for the first time. It happened in the year 2007, when one such creature rose to the surface. Scientists claimed that it was quite old. In relation to the people, it didn't show any action and swam between them as if it didn't even notice them. However, you can't be certain of their harmlessness just because there haven't been any cases of an attack by a frilled shark on a person. After all, on a Discovery Channel episode about the frilled shark, scientists managed to catch a very young one. When they put it in an aquarium and tried to touch it, it quite confidently jerked towards their hand, trying to protect itself. And it was just a small fish. Double its size, and with it, its self-confidence and desire to protect its territory and offspring. Now, are you ready to have a heart-to-heart talk with it? It may not eat people, but you could hardly safely jump into the water to such a toothy creature. Let's be honest, humanity doesn't know much about the frilled shark. We haven't come across this creature very often because it lives at extreme depths. You would have to go down 1,500 meters underwater, where the problems are much greater, and make the frilled shark seem quite innocent. Next to this, there's a much more dangerous monster, the Kraken. For many centuries, humanity considered this monster a myth, but today scientists are already actively studying the varieties of giant squid and considering the possibility that in the past, these monsters could really sink ships, like in the Pirates of the Caribbean. Imagine that at least one 27-centimeter black eye of this monster was looking into your eyes. It's an awkward feeling, isn't it? And if it wanted to take revenge on you for all the calamari that humanity has eaten with beer, the fun would end in a matter of seconds. The size of a giant squid can reach 17 meters. This is the height of a 5-story house. In the center of this monster is a chitinous beak that can bite through a steel cable 8 centimeters thick. One of these relatively small nightmares was captured on camera in the year 2013. The person who wasn't afraid to swim up so close to the squid and take pictures of it delights in his nerves of steel. Unlike the harmless frilled shark, this creature is extremely dangerous for people. In 1946, the Norwegian tanker Brunswick was attacked by a kraken. The report from the ship's captain indicates that the squid was more than 20 meters long and swam at a speed of about 40 kilometers per hour and suddenly attacked the ship. Strong blows weren't able to penetrate the steel skin of the ship, and after a while, the squid swam away. However, this is a ship. If you were swimming in a normal scuba suit, it's unlikely it would protect you. We've studied only 5% of our planet's ocean. Until recently, the sea serpent and the kraken were considered fictional myths, but today we know for sure that they are real creatures. But don't go and cancel your vacation after this video. To be sure you're not exposed to any sea monsters, don't swim beyond the buoys, and keep an eye out if you're in the depths. Thanks for watching.